Do you remember in lesson 1 we talked about how the major scale can be constructed by taking a root note and then going tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. And we can use that method to find out how many sharps or flats a key has. So from a G here, the key of G has G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. But there is another way of figuring out how many sharps and flats are in a key. Here's a circle of fifths. On the outside I've drawn the major keys. Starting from the top, the key of C has no sharps. As you move clockwise around the circle, you gain a sharp. So the key of G is a fifth higher than the key of C, and it has one sharp. If you move another perfect fifth around to the key of D, you now have two sharps. If you move a fifth around again to A, you've got three sharps, and so on. Sometimes, rather than counting, it's better to actually physically look on your guitar and look up a fifth and see what the next key is with one more sharp. Conveniently, the sharps that you add also move up in fifths. The key of G has an F sharp. As you move around to the key of D, you add a C sharp. As you move around to the key of A, you add a G sharp, and so on. Now, if you move the other way, anti-clockwise around the circle, in fourths, you gain flats. The key of C has no flats. If I move up a fourth to the key of F, I have one flat. If I move around a fourth to B flat, I have another flat. Now the flats that you add, you'll notice that they also move up in fourths. So the distance between a B flat and an E flat is a perfect fourth. So the flats actually start from here. The key of F has a B flat in it. And then as you move to the next key, the key of B flat, you add an E flat. As you move to the key of E flat, you add an A flat. Now on the inside of the circle, I have drawn the minor keys, or the relative minor keys. Every major key has what's called a relative minor key. In other words, a minor key that shares exactly the same notes. The key of C has exactly the same notes as the key of A minor. The key of G has exactly the same notes as the key of E minor. Now, if you don't have the circle of fifths to hand and you want to quickly figure out what the relative minor key of a major key is, then all you do is you take the key you're in, let's say C, and you count up a major sixth. C, D, E, F, G, A. And you found your relative minor. And here again, 6 steps up from G gives you E minor. 6 steps up from D gives you B minor. This works the other way around. If you have a minor key, let's say you've got the key of A minor, and you want to quickly figure out its relative major key that shares all the same notes and all the same chords, you simply count up a minor third, A, B, C. Up a minor third from E, E, F sharp, G, and you've got your relative major key. If you count up a third from B, B, C sharp, D, you've got your relative major key.